Welcome on in to the Youth Ministry Podcast. We got a new image up here.
Whoa.
Wow. This is great. Looks like we're actually professional.
We're on the come up right now. You know what I mean? Blowing up. Pretty soon we'll actually have someone backing us.
Yeah, one day. Hey,
not just my mom, Twyla Furs, and your dad, Eric with the K.
Yeah, for real. He's like giving us all the streams. Actually, I talked to him the other day. He's like, I've never listened to a single episode.
Oh,
you were on the podcast.
Yeah,
you never listened to an episode.
tough.
Come on, Eric.
Dang, man. But, guys, my name is Carson Williams. I'm one of your co-hosts, and we got...
My name is Jared Furs, and we got a special guest today. Our first guest coming back for the second time.
Wow.
Man, who is it?
Highly requested.
Highly requested.
One of the leads of our Bayside Student Ministries here. Give it up for Colton Tucker, people. Come on.
Woo-woo. Let's go.
We need some sound effects.
Let's go.
We got to get better.
Back, baby.
Dang,
Yeah.
Tuck, you're back. Last time we talked about games and how to construct games and all those kinds of things. But today... we're talking about a very fun subject on getting on school campuses and really being involved in the sports teams and all that. But before we do anything, we just have like a question. Do you have a story about a time that maybe you almost got fired or you could have gotten fired for something? Or, I mean, maybe just a story about being on school campuses in general.
Yeah. Well, it probably ties in well, right? So maybe not fired, maybe, but we
Who knows?
keep it,
Who
who
knows?
knows?
Yeah.
Who knows
Depends
what they
on who
talked
finds
about
out.
behind
Yeah.
scenes. But I remember one time, one of our reports around here was just like, one of my leaders was just always on us, just like, get on school campuses, go, because we have a school right down the street from us, right? So Olympus
500
Middle
feet,
School.
yeah.
This is when I was a middle school pastor at the time, and he was just pressing me, and so I decided one day I'm gonna go be on school campus, right? Let's just go, right? He's telling me to be on school campus, so let's go be on school campus. So I go to Walmart, grab a bunch of popsicles. It's hot outside.
Classic.
Get an Igloo ice chest, put them all in there, literally walk across the street, roll them, sit on the street corner, and kids are out of school, and I'm just handing out popsicles to kids, right? Like, it's great, right? Kid you not, 5 minutes later, the vice principal comes up to me. Of course, kids are having a good time.
Yeah.
Popsicles and stuff. Vice principal comes up to me. He's like, hey, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And I'm like, what do you mean? I'm handing out popsicles. And he's like, what do you mean? What are you doing here? I've gotten multiple calls that there's some creeper standing on the corner of our school handing out popsicles. You cannot be here. And so I'm like, do you want a popsicle? Like, I don't know,
Right?
So I was like, where can I be, right? And so I just walked down the street, but like,
With your igloo?
With my
Now
igloo,
now
just
you're
roll.
walking back
I
to
didn't
the
walk. I
church.
rolled it away, right?
Rolled
Rolled it down to the street. So I don't know what conversations
wheels?
happened. It had wheels, of course it did, right?
You drag
What's an
it in,
igloo
no
without
wheels?
wheels,
Come
baby?
on.
So I'm glad I made it through moments like that, for sure.
Yeah.
Man, that's too good. That's pretty funny. I think we went to Olympus actually today for lunch because we're on campus almost every day.
We've come a long way.
Come a long way. We got a great relationship with them now. And our high school pastor is trying to connect with some of our 8th grade middle school students. So he showed up with a 24-pack of Dr. Pepper. Bro, you would have thought that like Tim Tebow, that's a bad. If you would have thought like Justin Jefferson or whatever
An
famous
icon.
athlete,
An icon.
like that, a president walked onto campus the way this dude was being flocked to. And I kid you not, I have never seen Jake smile more in his life.
Man. He was the man today.
Bring the Dr.
He was the
Peppers.
man. Look at us now, though.
Look at us now.
Kicked
Yeah.
off from popsicles, and now we're on
Now
campus,
we're on.
baby.
Here we are.
Yeah, and that brings me to a great point of how to properly get on campuses, okay?
Yeah.
So today we're going to focus on how to get on campuses and then what does it look like to coach or be active in sports because I think that's an easy access point.
Yep.
So I know Carson has done some coaching and been on campuses. Colton and myself, we do it. And here's the thing is like you first got to go through the correct steps, right?
right.
So most schools, right, if you were to show up, what are the things they need, Carson?
The first thing they'll ask is like, well, who are you, right?
Yeah.
So you got to give them probably a good email say, like the first thing you do is just go onto the school website and get the vice principal's email. The principal probably won't respond.
Yeah.
And then the first thing they'll ask is, well, are you live scanned
Yeah.
to be a volunteer? And that's something you have to do every single time. If you're not doing that, maybe you shouldn't be on that school campus anyway.
Absolutely.
You got to get live scanned.
Live scan. It's probably through every single school district, right? And then you'll probably need a TB test. You'll need these things. I know for myself, like I'm on
What's
3 different
TB?
campuses. It's
Does
like
anybody know?
tuberculosis.
Yeah,
Tuberculosis.
close.
Tuberculosis.
Yeah,
I pronounced it wrong,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I'm gonna
well,
get roasted for that.
That's what
But
I
TB
think
stands
how
for
you're
is
saying it.
tuberculosis.
yeah,
Yeah,
tuberculosis. That's the
it.
correct
Yeah.
What'd you
pronunciation.
say?
That's what I said.
Tuberculosis.
Tuberculosis.
But they like poke you with that thing and they put a little dot, and then it's like I don't even know if it actually works because who knows. But like I know I'm on multiple school campuses now, and I know I've coached at multiple schools, and so every school, if it's in a different district or it's a private or not, they're gonna need this test,
Right.
And they're gonna need fingerprinting, and this is important. Don't make a big deal about it. It's just easy access. Now, what I would recommend, like if you're a middle school pastor, coaching middle school sports is an easy way to
Right.
get on campus,
right.
and we'll talk about that in a second. But for high schools or things like that, middle school, elementary schools, even depending on what you're looking for, they need yard duties. Like we do that every single week here. We go to Olympus, which is 500 feet away, the popsicle situation,
Yep.
and we are just yard duties. We show up and we're just there to monitor kids. We
Right.
don't go screaming the name of Jesus. We don't wear Jesus shirts all the time, but we just go there and we just are helping the school.
Right.
And that's what I would say is the biggest win. Like when COVID hit around here, what I loved when I came on staff during COVID at Bayside is they just wanted to bless the
Right.
teachers,
Right.
right?
Right.
Like I remember you were an intern at this time here, and like you would take coffee, right?
Yep.
Just to teachers.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just like, hey, we're just thankful for you. And so wherever you're at, I would say schedule a meeting with
Yep.
the principal or vice principal more likely, and then just go into the office and be like, hey, my name is Carson Williams.
Mm-hmm.
I'm from Bayside, Auburn. Hey, we're just looking to try to, how do we bless the schools? We're not trying to evangelize or do all these things. We're just trying to help you guys out because we're so thankful for what you do.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think
100%.
to what you said is like you're trying to bless the schools. Like I was thinking the difference when you meet with these schools, a lot of, especially in my early days of youth ministry, I'm thinking about how I can get on school campus for my benefit, right?
Correct.
Like,
Yes.
of course, it's the long game, right?
Yeah,
we
yeah.
are. But that was my mindset. And so I think there's a difference, to your point, bless the schools. There's a difference between forcing a need and filling a need,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like a lot of us go on school campuses and sometimes we meet with the principal and we're trying to force something that may not be there.
Yeah.
Like I remember at Granite Bay High School, another school, we were trying to do whatever we can to get on school campus. And so we're trying to force the need. And we're like, okay, can we greet kids in the morning?
Yeah.
Wasn't necessarily a need for them, but they're like, okay, do it. We end up doing it one day, just saying hi to kids on trying to create morale. They end up getting so many phone calls from the school. They're like, hey, you're being too aggressive with the kids. And so the next week we come out and we're like, okay, we'll put our hands behind our backs. We'll just say good morning, good morning. Literally 2 weeks into this, 2 days doing it, they kick us off school campus because
Yeah.
it felt like it wasn't even something beneficial for them.
Yeah.
We were forcing our way. And I'd say now
It's different.
we've reached out to these schools and we're filling needs, right? Yard duty, coaches, whatever. You've just made yourself available to
Yeah.
go, hey, what do you guys need, right? And if they don't need anything, I'd say don't force it, right?
Yeah.
Because that feels like you're getting into situations where you're trying to meet the needs for you rather than what you guys need, right?
Yeah.
Like there's a big difference in that.
Well, and a lot of principals usually have dreams of things that they would want to do. So if you just ask them, like, what's the blue sky? Like, that's when I
Yeah.
first moved up, we're planted a church. You got to get familiar with the schools in the area.
Right.
I call this middle school and talk to the principal. And she's like, I got a million things that I want. She's like, these kids that want to do a volleyball team, kids want to do like a million different things. She's like, kids want to do a chess club.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, all right, let's do a chess club. Like,
That's
just
great.
coach the team. And
That's
like,
great.
Yeah.
you got to start from somewhere. And there's like 15, 20 kids every Wednesday after school that are like, yes, we want to come do chess club.
That's
And,
right.
like, you just find the need. Don't, force them to do
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's
one.
great.
A buddy of mine said this. I helped plant a church in Santa Rosa a long time ago, and a guy, his name's Jim McKee, just a legend. He still does volunteer stuff everywhere. And he said this. He said, good deeds lead to good merit that leads to the good news. So like at Olympus, we stepped in to help at yard duties, and we just did yard duties. And then they were like, hey, we need flag football coaches.
Right,
and so we coached flag football. I'm the 7th grade, Tuck's the 8th grade. He's got a winning record.
That's right. We made the playoffs, baby. No
Yeah.
big deal.
I've won 2 games in two years.
Sheesh, bro.
But hey, but those good deeds. But now it's like I'm
That's right.
literally coaching volleyball. I literally just ran to film this to coach volleyball. I'm running back to do a parent meeting after this because they were like, hey, we don't have a coach. can you coach it? Otherwise, we can't have a team. And so now it's like these good deeds are actually leading to us having good, like we have a good reputation there. So like their principal, Amber, has my cell phone and she will text me when they need things. And what's crazy is just from being there and being present, we have saw a huge increase in students not only coming to church, but coming to know Jesus, because they see our community, they see our core students, and they actually step into Christ. I think you got a cool story from RR about one of your flag football guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Even just like that, we've seen the fruit of that of I'd say even some of it, we won't see the immediate fruit of it, but we've seen kids as we've coached these teams and they've trickled into Wednesday nights coming through. But even one kid 2 years ago when he was on the 7th grade team, and then the 8th grade team as well, wasn't super consistent on Wednesday nights, but ends up showing up to an event that we had a couple weeks ago, ends up accepting Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior. All that is because of one seed of being on the team and knowing how we have access to the church from the connecting this, showing up to an event, all because of coaching full circle, right, of being on school campuses.
Yeah, and I think they ask questions. You probably see this with chess club all the time too, but I just know, like, I started coaching volleyball. There's literally a kid I don't have ever met his kid ever before. He doesn't run in the circles that most of our students run in. And I kid you not, I start coaching volleyball. We have 1 week. The next Wednesday, I see this kid, and I'm like, bro, like, it's your first time here? He's like, yeah. He's like, I knew you were from this church, and so I just wanted to come check it out and see what it's all about. Guys, I kid you not, he has been every single week now. He even came on a weekend. I was like, this is insane. And I think, like, man, if you can just get on campus in any way, shape, or form, it could have tremendous impact.
It'll get the students to trust you as well, which I think is like there a lot of kids that have no idea of what church is, only from their parents, whether their parents are saying the church is great or not. They have no idea what it is, and the best way to get them to trust you is to be around.
Absolutely.
So sometimes you don't get to be on the team right away. You could literally, if they don't have a team mom, be the team, guy or something like that, where you're bringing the orange slices, or you're playing, like, figure out some way where if you can't be the coach, you can be the biggest supporter of the team and making sure that they get, cookies after a game or brisket.
And even that, right? We have volunteers all over the place, right? Where you might not. So like we've been asked about coaching volleyball years ago. I know nothing about volleyball, but I know people who do, right? And let me again fill the need. Let's go find someone that's that's a small group leader or a young adult or whatever that's passionate about that stuff in young people. Now you have a connection to that person fills a need for the school. You're connected to them. They reached out to you. You connected the coach, and now you're on the team in a different way, right? So again, how do you fill that need? Maybe you're not passionate about whatever it is, but I'd say even do it. If not, you don't want to do it, go find the person for the school to do it, right?
Yeah, totally. So let's make this super practical, okay? So what if you're listening to this and you're like, hey, I love all this. I'm not a jock. I'm not this. I'm not this. Here's what I would encourage you to do. Is number one, I would get a map wherever your church is. Just make a 10-mile circle around that, right? That's probably where you're pulling from, okay? I would see what schools are in that. I'd start with number one, if you're a middle school or high school pastor, maybe focus on those first. What connections do you have? I promise you there's probably people in your church that go or attend or a parent or whatever, or PTA, whatever it may be. Find those people and just leverage those relationships to like create some type of, reputation with the school. Like, hey, when we go to different schools now, I can go to a different middle school and say, hey, you should check with Amber from Olympus. She'll vouch for us. You know what I mean? But the way we got onto Olympus, I kid you not, the way it started is we had one of our small group leaders was substitute teaching. And it was just an easy win. Like, oh, Jared and Vince, they're so great. Like, yeah. And then that started this easy onboarding with us starting. So, and then do the proper steps. So figure out what is in your sphere, and then figure out who connections you have, and then do the proper steps to get on to the campus, right? Do the live scan, do the TB, do all the things you need to do to get onto the campus, and then wait for the needs to come to you. Be asking, be like, hey, how can we help? Hey, do you need like yard duty help? Hey, can we help pick up trash? Hey, because here's the thing is like, there's no better friend than for us to have as the church as the education system, right? If we can partner with the students and where they're at, man, it's just creating more FaceTime, more relatability. So I would say, create that momentum, get on campus, do all the right steps, and then respect the system, right? So we've had to ask like interns or people to stop coming, right? Like So Jake, the guy who came with us today, the high school pastor, he's like, I'm gonna bring Red Bulls. I'm like, bro, we're not bringing Red Bulls to middle school. We're gonna get kicked off so quick. But so we brought Dr. Pepper, and we asked like, hey, is it okay? Can we do this? Is it okay? Can we do this? I think a lot of times we have to tread lightly because the church and the state, especially here in California, it's like it's not the most, like most schools aren't welcoming on. You know what I mean?
Right.
But figure out where that is. You know what I mean? Like for example, when I was planning that church in Santa Rosa, my alma mater. So I grew up in the Bay Area, Santa Rosa. My alma mater, my high school, I wasn't allowed to get on campus. The principal was like, no way. But I had a connection with the basketball coach. And so I started assistant coaching with the basketball coach just to get on campus and get FaceTime.
Yeah. Right.
And so it's like, do the proper steps, do the right things, whether it's chess club, other things we haven't talked about, theater. Like get a part of a theater club. We just got a new hire here. Her name's Rachel. She's the best hire I think Bayside's ever made. Like she's incredible. And she helps with performing arts over at Blue Oak. She's helping with Breakaway here. She comes with us to Olympus. She attracts a bunch of students I have never seen in my entire life.
Right.
Like these kids, they're like gremlins. They come out of the dark corners and she's like, come to me, you know? And she's like, it's great. She like attracts this whole different theater type. So don't think just because you're not that type of person that you can't be on campus or you don't have a need, whether it's chess clubs, coaching sports, whatever it may be. I think getting on campus and being just a face in the community is so important.
Right. Yeah. And that the respect in the, you're in their world, right?
Absolutely.
Like it's almost like you on a mission trip.
Right.
You abide. There's certain cultural norms that you're asking questions about.
That's good.
Colors you wear, things you do. When we go to Mexico, wear jeans in public, right? Whatever, right? We're just trying to abide by cultural norms. And I think that's important. What you said about being on school campuses, like for our team, we have some kids who are student leaders on the team, and before the games, they would circle up and pray. Yeah. Now I'm not going to find myself in that circle. Yeah. Because I don't want parents. They obviously know I'm a pastor, right? To associate with this guy is all of a sudden infiltrating our kids, right? Am I hyped that the kids are praying? Of course, right? But I'm gonna walk away and go, hey, this is a student-led thing, right? As far as being on school campus, there might be a student that at church comes up to you and might gives you a side hug, right, or whatever. At school, we're going all high fives. Whoops, smack the mic. We're going all high fives. We're keeping distance, right? It's just a different world, right? You want to respect 100%. That world and give them no reason, like, to understand you're there to support the staff, not be a pastor to your students, right? There's a big difference in that. And so when you show up on school campus, you're in their world. And so how do you abide by all of those rules?
Yeah. And we'll end on this note. And it's something you said. So all those things are great. And here's the thing is you're not you're not a pastor on their campus, but you can pastor. Totally. And so shout out my boy Dom from 7th grade. Shout out all these guys, JB who leads the circle over there and prays. Like I'm gonna be honest, some of the best moments I've had as a pastor are being a dad or a father figure to some of these guys. That's right. Like Dom transferred schools immediately after the flag football season. But like, I love this dude. That's awesome. And he would ask me great questions. He'd ask me about like his faith, his family, situations. He's like, Coach, what do you see in me? And it would be like, Dom, you're a dog, bro. Like I always tell these kids, because I'm a hard coach. Like they call me the crash out king because I'm passionate. I want to win games. But all these guys know that I care more about their character than I do anything on the field. Right. Yeah. So I'm like, we're going to control our attitude and effort. Because at the end of the day, man, coaching, like, especially as a man, like I bet it's the same as a woman, where it's like, no, I'm gonna like impart some of my values and what I think what a man should be upon these young men, and be like, hey, we're gonna fight. You know what I mean? We're gonna give our best effort with our best attitude. And I think we lose a lot of that, where it's like, guys, our young men and our young women are striving for good, I'm going to say it, and godly figures in their life, whether they realize it or not. And so whether you're coaching youth soccer with your own kids or you're coaching middle school or high school sports, give them a man or woman of God to follow. And I promise you the fruit will follow as well.
Totally.
Right. That's great.
Yeah, totally. And if you want to be trusted on campus too, is my last thing. You want to be trusted on campus. It might have been Charvis who says it, or it could have been Tuck or somebody else. But take care of the staff who's going to be there for 10 to 20 years, so that you could take care of the kids that are going to be there for 3 or 4 years.
That's great.
Absolutely.
It's the biggest thing is like, teacher appreciation weeks at the beginning of May. Make sure you guys are taking care of teachers at that point. And just bring a Starbucks every once in a while. Get the faculty, tell your finance team, hey, this is important. We want to care for students. We got to care for the staff as well.
That's right.
So
That's right.
I would say up there with students, pastors, the most unrecognized job is a middle school principal.
Yeah.
They're just getting ripped from everybody. So, hey, thank you guys
That's great.
so much for tuning in. Man, like we always say, when one of us get better, we all get better. We're big C church minded. We love you guys. Tune in next week. Hey, hit us up in the comments. Let us know what you want us to talk about, what questions you have, whatever it may be. We love you guys. We're out.